Hi everyone, this is Brittany with the National Weather Service in Grand Forks. I'm here to provide an update on the very dangerous winter storm that is unfolding across the region. In this video, I'll be giving updates on the expected snowfall amounts and impacts across the region. A prolonged period of impossible travel is expected for portions of the region over the next few days, with heavy snow affecting the I-29 and especially I-94 corridors. It's not very often that we message impacts this severe. However, given our increased confidence in the extreme snow amounts, we feel it is warranted. Those within the highest impacted areas in Devil's Lake Basin and the James River Valley of North Dakota should be prepared for several days of impossible travel and the chance of being snowed in. This could develop into a very serious situation. The amounts of snow we're expecting through the weekend are rarely seen in this region. Compared to last year's October storm, we'll see more widespread winter and water impacts and more prolonged impacts as well. Rain and snow will continue across the region from now through Saturday, but impacts are expected to last into at least early next week, making this a prolonged period of crippling winter weather. Here's a graphic looking at the start times of when snow will begin across the region as well as the products currently in effect. A blizzard warning has been issued for the Devil's Lake Basin region of North Dakota with a winter storm warning across portions of north central, south central, and southeast North Dakota as well as the Red River Valley, and a winter storm watch out for portions of northwest and west central Minnesota. Portions of northern Minnesota have been removed from the winter storm watch due to lower snowfall totals being expected in those areas. Here's the graphic. I suppose you've probably been waiting for the forecast storm totals for snowfall. So combining those rounds 1 and 2 that we were kind of mentioning earlier into the total snowfall amounts, you can see it's pretty glaring that the heaviest snowfall is expected over the Devil's Lake Basin and the James River Valley, where we're expecting 1 to 3 feet or perhaps isolated higher amounts even. So expecting crippling winter impacts there. I'll be going into some more specifics on that in the following slides. Further east, we're expecting less, but still some quite significant snowfall totals. So in the Red River Valley, you can see from the graphic that we have a range from 4 to 6 inches up to 12 to 18 plus. That is an area of high uncertainty because we're still waiting for the transition to snow from rain to occur over the next day or so. And so that'll be an area that we're watching closely. And further east in the winter storm watch area and then east beyond that, toward Bemidji and Baudette, we're still looking at some pretty significant snowfall totals of at least 4 to 6 inches or 4 as we go further east. And so snow, as far as timing, starting, if it hasn't started already, starting today, tonight, into Friday, and then continuing through Saturday. As we're heading into later Friday and through Saturday, winds will increase. So we're expecting maximum wind gusts to peak in the Devil's Lake Basin, peaking at 40 to 60 miles an hour. It's still strong wind gusts, but lesser as we get further east into the valley and into northwest and west central Minnesota. And so we expect those wind impacts to ramp up with the snow late tomorrow and through Saturday. Now heading further into the impacts, we're particularly concerned with crippling impacts that would be expected in the Devil's Lake Basin and James River Valley. With those extreme snowfall amounts combined with the winds picking up, we're expecting several days of essentially impossible travel. So expecting, the 1 to 3 plus foot amounts of snow, which would create, and that combined with the winds, creating large impassable drifts. So beyond that, likely shutting down travel, expect disruptions at least through the weekend, if not into early next week. Combination with the winds would likely produce the whiteout conditions, and the heavy snow load that we're expecting is likely to cause tree and structural damage and localized power outages as well, and disruptions to agricultural and livestock activities. Further east, there will still be some quite significant winter and water impacts. So we kind of have the impacts divided into 2 areas, kind of the Red River Valley and southeast North Dakota, and then areas further east, Red River Valley in Area 1, kind of, and then areas further east in Area 2 receiving lesser amounts of snow, but still noteworthy impacts. So For Area 1, we're expecting rain and then transition to moderate or heavy snow over the next, overnight tonight and then into Friday. So in that area where the snowfall totals are higher still, but not as high as the Devil's Lake Basin, we're still expecting very difficult to impossible travel, localized power outages, tree damage due to the heavy wet snow that we'll be seeing. And since we've had rain in addition to that wet heavy snow, we're looking at ponding of water, especially in more of the urban areas or in towns, and rises in the local rivers as well. Now, Area 2, we'll see lesser accumulating snow, but still up to 4 inches of snow, give or take. But mainly more rain throughout the event until the transition to snow later. And so we're still expecting slippery roads where the snow is accumulating, but then more seeing the water impacts, so ponding of water on roads, rises on local rivers, and then, of course, being the time of year it is, both areas would likely see, leaves that have fallen already, preventing water from flowing. Once again, we are expecting crippling impacts from this winter storm. Make sure you're prepared, especially if you're in the Devil's Lake Basin and portions of eastern North Dakota experiencing the most snowfall. Expect several days of very difficult to impossible travel, lasting through Saturday, perhaps, and early next week. Be prepared for power outages and disruptions to agricultural and livestock activities. Make sure outdoor animals have access to food, water, and shelter. Consider canceling unnecessary travel plans. And if you must travel, put a winter survival kit in your vehicle and do not travel into floodwaters. We have a very dangerous and crippling winter storm upon us. For more information on the forecast, you can visit our website at www.weather.gov/FGF. Stay safe out there, and thanks for listening.